Within the sponge process, under G, which is go for it, I talk about the presentation process. So I'd like to cover that now. The presentation process is when you're presenting yourself, the company, and the solution that you have to offer. So the four parts of the presentation process, the first one is about the company. Your suspect or prospect needs to understand about what the company is, what it stands for, its history, its pedigree. And if you can talk about it in a loving, caring, supportive way, or hey, I love to work for this company because, or hey, in the 35 years I've worked for this company, it just shows credibility to the brand, but also to yourself. The second part of the presentation process is to talk about yourself. As part of the sales process, we've often found out about our suspect or prospect, so then you can start talking about yourself in a way that they may be able to make a connection. If you already know that your suspect or prospect has children, it may be that you can, as part of talking about yourself, you can talk about your family as well. If they've talked about their sports, perhaps you may have something that's akin to the sport that they play within your history, worth sharing, but not in a Me Too type environment, but just a way of showing a connection. The third part of the presentation process is to talk about the solutions or products that your company offers in the general sense, but not into the detailed fashion of what could actually solve the suspect's or prospect's need at the time, but just generally so they have a sense of what your company offers. The fourth part of the presentation process is when you get into the detail, the actual solution that can work for them, and that's when you become the subject matter expert. So you've talked about the company. Let's just say you work for a stationery company. You talk about the pedigree of the stationery company and why you liked to work for them. You then talk about your history within the stationery environment, but also about the background of who you are as a person, what your ethics and values are, just by the way you talk will come through. You then talk about the range of stationery that the company offers, the full range, depth and breadth, but in summary. And then you go on to talk about the specific needs of the customer or your prospect in this case, and what you have to offer. So therefore, as the expert, you can say, I would like to recommend, based on the fact that you would like some high quality stationery to represent your company in the best way, and I understand how important brand is for you, that I suggest that you have our premium product as part of your stationery requirements. So in this way, the presentation process covers those four areas. The suspect or prospect has a much better understanding of your business, and chances are you've aligned all of the discussion to previous discussions around the prospect, so therefore they have an alignment and understanding of what you're offering actually meets their needs.